Here you go. Hey, welcome back to Kitchen Science. So today I'm going to show you how to farm mealworms. So I have a leopard gecko, snowmax leopard gecko upstairs, and I'll put pictures of him in this video. His name's Castiel from Supernatural. I really like the character Castiel, and I have to feed him mealworms and crickets. So he goes through a lot of mealworms, and I got tired of having to go to the pet store every week to go get more mealworms. So what I decided to do was try to grow my own colony. So this is how I'm going to set up my little mealworm farm. So what I have here, I have a 3-drawer Tupperware container that I got from the dollar store, Dollar General. And in the bottom, I have my mealworms. I'm going to switch over to my other camera. So here in the bottom, I have my mealworms. They're actually going dormant right now. They're shedding and going dormant. So after this video, I'm going to clean out this bottom drawer to get rid of the skin. So you can see there's some shedding pieces, and to make sure the larvae are separated. So here's the larvae right here. There you go. So after they become larvae, they go into the beetle stage. There's some larvae right here. So once they become beetles, once the larvae become beetles, the beetles mate and they lay eggs. And the eggs will drop through the screen that I'm going to put on here. And then I have one tray full of baby worms and then one tray full of adults. So I'm going to move the little larvae out because they're not really doing too much. And so the larvae are dormant until they become beetles. So I tip them out really gently. There we go. So I have a little container here of the larvae. You can see them at the bottom. And I'll take more pictures of them to get a better view. So the babies are going to go in this tray here. They have oatmeal here because they're mealworms. So I'm putting oatmeal in this tray. And this is a better view. The lettuce I put in yesterday, so lettuce doesn't last too long here. And the little orange things are little cricket feeder blocks. Just for moisture, when I first set it up, I just put a chunk of them in there because I didn't want any to really dehydrate. But you can see some moving in the corner. And you can see another larvae is formed. Okay, so I'm moving the mealworms over to my counter just to get them out the way. And we're going to focus on this empty tray here. This over here. And I'll put the lid, and the lid has holes in it, so make sure if you put your larvae in something, make sure you have holes in it so they get some air. I'm going to put these over here with everything else. So, in order to make the screen so that the mealworms come through, I'm going to cut out the bottom of it, and I'm going to replace it with a screen. I'm going to cut my counter. Just going to cut it. This plastic's pretty thick. There you go. So you want to be careful with sharps, and this plastic is actually snapping. Which isn't good. Scissors. So back. So I guess I was just not getting the kind with reinforced bottoms. So they have some where the bottom's just a thin plastic sheet, and I guess the one I got has well, not I guess. The one I got has like a reinforced bottom. You can see a little T that reinforces the bottom, which makes the drawer stronger because there's still a lot of heavy stuff in there, but it makes it a little bit harder to cut. Oh, there we go. That's some specialty scissors. And remember, like even though the edges may be sharp at the bottom of it, the mealworms aren't really gonna touch this part because you're gonna put a screen over it, so they're not gonna actually touch the sharp parts. And by sharp, I mean like the jagged parts of the plastic. I'll clean up the edges in a little bit. So I'm using, these are actually metal scissors. So I do a lot of do-it-yourself around the house and in my garden. And you need something to cut chicken wire. And they feel like a pack of these, a 3-pack, of these like heavy gauge scissors. And I think the Home Depot. But you can cut through all kinds of metal with these things. I have kind of a jagged hole here. I'm going to finish it off. I kind of wish they were left-handed. Go from the bottom. Let's try to make a square. There we go. Almost square. And the edges do get a little jagged if you're cutting into a box. Because the handle is so big, it's kind of hard to fit the handle all the way into the container. See if I can square this last piece off. That's squared off. I'm going to clean up this plastic and put up my sharps. So next I have some screen here, and this is the screen you use for your windows. So you have your window, and on the other side of your window you have like a screen to keep the bugs out, so you can have your window open and have a breeze. So I bought this because the squirrels over here took a liking to my windows and chewed them up. So I have to replace my window screens at some point. I didn't get the rest of the tools for it, so you need like a little rolly thing to replace the screens. I'm gonna just kind of cut enough of it off to cover the bottom. See, they're dull. Oh, they really are dull. Okay, these scissors are dull, so they're going in the trash. Okay, move on. Okay, now my screen. I'm going to roll this extra up and tuck it up a little. Alright. So now I just want to cut my screen so that it'll fit across the bottom of the hole. So the screen fits. And I have some packing tape. And that's what I'm going to use, tape around the edges to take the screen in. And I'm going to do both sides. So I'm doing the bottom of it first. And I'm going to go back and do the top of it. And that's because the screen is kind of, well, the hole is kind of jagged, so I don't really want the bugs to fall through or anything. Or I don't want the bugs to get stuck in the little jagged pieces. I'm using Gorilla Tape too, so Gorilla adhesives are really strong. So I tend to use a lot of Gorilla adhesives. But you just gotta make sure you read the labels when you're working with Gorilla brand products. I'm not like promoting them, but I use them around the house and they work. I think some people use glue for this too. They have glue guns, use glue guns and glue the screen in. I don't have a glue gun anymore. I had a glue gun. The glue I found that I was using for it, it wasn't very good glue. I think it was just the brand of glue that I had. Okay, so the bottom of it's in, and I'm going to go back and seal around the edges on the inside. Yeah, this stuff sticks. Also, doing this on the inside, it prevents the beetles from going underneath between the plastic and the screen. Ideally, I'll put the screen on the inside. But my cuts are so jagged that it was better to put it underneath. So I guess if you're doing this again, remember to get one that's not reinforced. It'll make it easier to cut and a little bit easier to put the screen in. Alright, one more side. And with the tape, you want to make sure that the beetles can't get in between the tape and get stuck in there. Because they like to burrow. So you don't want them to burrow between the tape if you do tape it. If you have glue, use glue. I don't have any glue, so I'm using tape. I have epoxy, but I think epoxy is too much for this project. Edges are smooth, they can't get out. And with that, I'm going to clean everything up. I'm back, and I have my buddy here, Castiel. Come on, guys. don't fall. My little friend Castiel, and he looks like he wants to jump, so I'm going to put him back in a little box here. So I'm going to finish putting the mealworm box together. So at the very top is where our screen's going, and that's where the adults are going to go. So I did buy oatmeal just for mealworms, and these are going to go to the top. So the beetle's going to burrow in the oatmeal, and they're going to lay eggs in the oatmeal. So they're going to go here, and I have oatmeal all over my counter now. Cover that. Thank you. And it's going to be a good bit to clean up. This is where the babies are going to go. The second container with just a little bit of oats. It's going to go right underneath them. So I should have put that one in first. That would prevent me from having a countertop full of oats. But it's okay. Just clean it up. Sweep all this. Okay. Back in. There we go. There we eat that. And then at the bottom, I have my adult mealworms. And just clean this up. And we have cats over here trying to escape. Let's give him a mealworm eat. Hey, cat. I'm giving one of the big mealworms to eat. He likes the big ones. Oh, can't find it, buddy. You're standing on it. Come on, guy. You're sitting on your food. He doesn't see the mealworm. So he'll eat like 5 or 6 of these mealworms a day. If I give like probably more than that. I give him 5 or 6 just so I don't run out of them. But here are my larvae. So these I'm just gonna put back in the container in the little bowl above where the beetles are gonna go, just so I don't lose them. And that's a piece of trash. And that's how you make your mealworm, I guess, grow box. How you breed your mealworm. So you have the adults at the bottom, and the adults are going to turn into larvae, and the larvae are going to turn into beetles, and the beetles are at the top. They're going to mate inside the top, lay eggs. The eggs are going to fall through, and if they don't fall through, I'll like pick them out with some like tweezers or something, and put them at the bottom with a second tray, to where there'll be like little baby mealworms, and let those grow up. And once those get a little bit bigger, they go back down to the bottom. And I'll just take a few out the bottom every day to give to Cass. So eventually I should have a bunch of mealworms, so I don't have to keep going to PetSmart or to Petco, wherever, to go get mealworms. And I think some people do this to grow to eat for food, but they don't look that appetizing to me. So I'm not willing to eat one of them. Unless it look like one of those museums where you like eat the worm covered in candy. But still not so much. But that's how you make your mealworm grow box. And a little buddy here. We're gonna say bye. Come on, Cass. And Cass says bye. Oh no! Here you go.